Seems we're going to continue with the analogy or the parable using sports. The Lord was reminding me of a few different things. One, over my career in college, there was two different times where I was a defensive player of the week for the whole nation, which is quite rare, I guess, because there's how many people playing football through the nation, and to have that honor is something different. And it wasn't because I was the quickest and the strongest and the fastest, whatever. It was simply because I really paid attention to details. We had guys on our team that were 300 pounds and quicker than me, and obviously a lot stronger than me. And I was 200 pounds dripping wet with my pads on. I got up to about 210 at one time, even up to 220-ish. But long and short was, it wasn't because I was big and fast and strong. It was because I paid attention to the details. There's an old saying, the devil's in the details, and it's true, but so is God. And the thing God was reminding me of is using different scenarios, reminding me of some of the plays that I made and how, and what made me so that I could compete at a high level, high enough to be the National Player of the Year, or excuse me, the week a couple of times. And really what it comes down to is, again, paying attention to the details. As an example, he was showing me one game we were playing in the Metrodome up in Minneapolis, and the team we were playing against, they ran option a lot. And as a defensive end, your responsibility normally is a quarterback, which in this game it was. And normally they don't block you. Whoever's in front of you is going to block down on the tackle, and they leave you to play against the quarterback. And sometimes the defense would, depending on what you were trying to do, you would slow play. In other words, you would kind of play with the quarterback a little bit and make him try to decide, should I pitch or should I try to run? And you don't give him any room to run on you, but at the same time, you're kind of playing in a position where you could still go after the running back if he does pitch. And so it kind of makes him indecisive, and it gives time for your defense to come for support on the running back side. Other times, you just bear down on the quarterback and you hit him as quickly as possible, making him make really quick decisions. And in that situation, as soon as you see that tackle blocked down, you're just coming right down the line of scrimmage behind him and going after the quarterback before the quarterback really has time to make any decisions. One thing that I used to do a lot with the quarterback is, even though I was a small guy and not that big, I knew how to hit and hit hard. And it's kind of like karate. Even though I never practiced karate, I know that in karate it's about how you deliver the blow and the technique more so than how strong you are. It's kind of the same thing with football. I knew how to deliver the blow and to drive through and make sure that you inflicted some pain. And it made a huge difference, because in the game, if you're out there and you're delivering the blow, that quarterback eventually, when it hurts a few times, he's looking to see where you are. And it takes his focus off of his running back that he's supposed to pitch to, or if you're in a pass rush situation, where his receivers are downfield, because he's always got his eye kind of looking, okay, where's that defensive end coming from? If you can deliver that blow to him enough, it really affects his judgment and the game. And back to this game in Minneapolis the one time, there's a few times where he's coming down the line of scrimmage and I'm bearing down on him, and he's pitching and he doesn't even know where his running back is, and he fumbled a couple of times. It makes a huge, huge difference in the game. And the point the Lord was making to me is, that's how Satan is. You don't know if he's going to come bearing down on you hard, or if he's going to slow play you and wait for the rest of his team or whatever to develop to create problems. But either way, he's trying everything possible to disrupt you and take your focus off of the goal and keep you mentally not where you need to be to perform at the highest level. And we don't understand that. We don't really understand that there is a Satan, a devil, and we don't really understand what he's trying to do. And we don't also understand what God wants us to do in preparation for it. And so we have to spend that time alone with God, understanding what the defense is going to do against the offense and what the offense is going to do against the defense, and prepare for it. On the other side, we need to prepare in such a way that we defeat Satan, because we can beat him at his own game. We can't beat him if we don't know what he's doing. And we can't beat him if we don't even know he's a competitor against us. And most of us don't. Most Christians don't even believe there's a devil. Or if they do believe there's a devil, they don't think that he's doing anything. But the problem is he is. And until you come to the awareness of Jesus and what he's doing and teaching you, and how he teaches you to get the upper hand on the devil, you're defeated. And you keep going down the same path. Jesus reminded me what King Solomon wrote in Proverbs, where he said, as a dog returns to its vomit, so does a man to his follies. Or as a steer is led to the slaughter, so is a man to his follies. The steer one kind of makes, if you really think about it, tougher, because a steer doesn't go to get murdered or killed. The steer just goes because it doesn't know any better. And then it's too late. It's in the pen and they slice the throat or whatever they're going to do to it. And it's done. That's the way Satan is with us. He takes us down this path and we don't even know we're going down it, because we don't have any idea what goes on in the spiritual world, the world that we can't see. And he leads us down this path, and we go willingly because, well, we think there's food there. There's something there for us. And everybody else goes down that path and they return. But not everybody returns. The whole thing with out in this world, and why somebody can go into a movie theater or go into a church or wherever they go into and they start shooting and killing people, is because they don't understand what Satan's doing to them. If they understood watching the wrong movies and watching or playing these games where they're shooting and killing people and just letting these evil thoughts in their mind that lead them down that path, they would stop it. But they don't know, because they don't pay attention to it. We have to get to the point where we pay attention to the details and stop him. Stop Satan in his trap, because he is out trying to destroy us. And when you start paying attention to the details in the spiritual world will open up to you, and you'll have a whole different perspective on what goes on in this world and how to change who you are for the better, not only just for making more money, but also for having a better relationship with your wife or husband, better relationship with your kids, better relationship with other people. And there's a whole different aspect of that as well, because Jesus did say, people will hate you because of me. There will be a hate relationship, because there'll be many people that hear this message and they don't want nothing to do with it, because it means change, and they don't want to change. They like their life the way it is, or maybe they don't like their life the way it is, but they're not about to change because they're okay with it. The problem is you're down that slippery slope or going down that canal with Satan. He's leading you just like a steer to the slaughter. And eventually, if you don't do something, it's too late. Start to understand the spiritual world and what goes on, and you'll be amazed at the changes in your life for the good, and the peace that you have, and the joy and the love, and the success you'll have in selling or being an entrepreneur or whatever it is you choose to do in life. Peace.